Hello everyone. We're here today to talk about the next in our Automation Confidence series. Here to talk about the Standard Automation Interface. The Standard Automation Interface is not particularly an industry standard because there isn't an industry standard for machine-to-machine communication over an automated automation network. So we built SAI to give our customers friendly communication when they're talking from a weighing device, a weighing sensor, a scale, to a programmable logic controller, or to a DCS distributed control system. So SAI supports two types of communication. The traditional communication is acyclic. You send us a command, we give you a response and act on that response. So it's a one-time deal. Most systems like their data cyclically, so you plug in the sensor and it starts communicating right away. So that's called cyclical, and we can speak up to 960 hertz. So you're getting one weight result every 1.04 milliseconds. So this is preferred. This is supported by most automation machines as a cyclical communication. And so when you connect a sensor or a device like a make motor or a valve or a flow meter to an automation system, you see a bunch of binary data. So what we've done is we've grouped this binary data into read data and write data. So a weighing indicator or a weighing sensor looks like any other piece of automation equipment. That's what SAI does. So we've grouped them for clarity. This is how it really works. Basically, the PLC or the DCS sends a command in the system over the network through a memory system, and we read the data, we execute the command and send the data back. So basically, if you're weighing, we put the weight data into the network, and then the PLC or the DCS can read it right away. You really don't have to do anything to get the data. It's just there. It's part of the function of the system. And what you see here is a build down of what we send. All the weight data, all the measurement data is presented as a floating point variable. So it's grouped as a floating point. Then we send the status data, which is we call condition monitoring, or many people in the industry call it condition monitoring because you're monitoring if the device is working or not. And then we tell you what's in that data block, and that is in the response. So you get a block of data, you have a measurement value, and then you have something that tells you what it is. So if you have multiple measurement variables, you get multiple blocks, like a Lego concept, where if you have 3 variables, you get 3 blocks. If you have more, then you get more blocks. So it's very easy to send data back and forth through a PLC. And you can actually write from a PLC to us. So say you want to put the tare weight for a box or a pallet into our system. You could put a numeric value, and then you can write it through the system, and we'll accept that, process it, and actually execute the tare command. And then the system tells the PLC or DCS, yes, I've done this already. So you see a lot of data here. You see these binary values that we have here. We've broken them down like this. There's a lot of data. There's a lot of information. There's the measurement value. There's the channel where it came from, what the value is. We have alarms built in. So if there's an alarm occurring, you see it in this data. And you'll see this is in either floating point or binary data, or sometimes we have integers, but it's mostly your measurement values are going to come across as a floating point value because they're easy to process. You don't have to look for the decimal point or anything like that. So to make all this binary data really easy to work with, we supply device drivers for the PLCs and DCSs. We supply a sample program, so you don't have to look through the data and pick out the variables. They will be built into the device driver and in sample programming code, so you can look at the sample programming code and see how the device works. Not only that, we have videos, we have technical documentation that would support how this system works. So it makes it really easy to integrate a PLC or a DCS using SAI. And the nice thing is SAI is a payload that looks the same in an Emerson PLC, Emerson DCS, a Siemens PLC or a DCS, Rockwell PLC or DCS, Beckhoff, and Mitsubishi. So in a product like IND360, you basically go into software and you tell the unit what you wanted to talk to. So you want to talk to Ethernet IP, you want to talk to Profinet or EtherCAT and so on, and the unit automatically switches between the different suppliers. Not only that, with SAI, we take our devices to the agencies supported here and get approvals for the products. So we approve the interfaces, so we'll make sure that when we install these in your facilities, you don't have problems with the communication. So we have approvals for those companies like Siemens and Rockwell, Beckhoff, and Mitsubishi, who do have an approval agency behind. And then we supply the drivers, which you see here. We supply the engineering notes and also sample programming code. So we think that you will save up to $13,500 on your first integration, because with SAI and with all the support materials, we basically make the integration happen very quickly. Here you can see that SAI supports a full range of weighing sensors. For example, our automatic precision weighing, all the way up to industrial scales, bench scales, floor scales, weigh modules, lab balances, and transport and logistic devices. So you can connect all these devices to your PLCs, to DCS systems, or to an industrial PC using the standard automation interface and your preferred automation network. So in summary, SAI gives you a payload for all automation. It's the same in any automation system. It's compatible with all the key suppliers. It has a common structure, so all the data looks the same. So if you're working with both Siemens and Rockwell and Emerson and so on, the data structure will look the same, so you'll be familiar with the operation. And then we have customer-friendly data. So this data we've made that it's easy to use and process, so you don't have to do any special conversions in the data. Even if you're going between pounds and kilograms, we'll tell you that it's in pounds, or we'll tell you that it's in kilograms, for example. And then the drivers that I talked about, those are free, and the software that comes with it are free, so you can download those from mt.com, and you'll get the drivers. You can load them into your engineering system, and you're good to go. So this is the end of the presentation. Thank you, and have a great day.